Hey y'all, it is April the 14th, 2023, and we got a little bit of time, actually. Only a little bit of time to share these things with you real quick and stuff and see if you heard about this or something similar happening around your neck of the woods. Recently on my last video I uploaded, I didn't talk about San Antonio, or I didn't showcase San Antonio. Like that lady getting punched in her face, that happened in Ohio. But as I mentioned before, and I'm probably gonna do it, is it make a lot of sense to just focus on San Antonio because I really am looking at it and how it's developing and stuff. So I mean, uh, I don't have to leave San Antonio and the surrounding areas, and any number of every number of wild things probably is taking place within those boundaries. All right, real quick. Um, I don't even have to. Okay, here I don't even have to leave the neighborhood. I, me personally, I've been living all over San Antonio except for parts that I don't have no business being at. So basically, all over the north side, from the northwest to the northeast, I've been living in different places, and it's been kind of inconvenient. But all right, so now, for example, I have mentioned it's kind of a big place. There's a neighborhood, a super neighborhood, that's called Stone Oak. It's been around quite some time, you know, and it's a big place. You don't know where I'm at, but hanging out in Stone Oak's pretty nice. I gotta say, for preppers and stuff like that, for when S hits the fan. Those people say get the hell up out of San Antonio, and I definitely agree. All right, because San Antonio is way too big and it'll swallow you up. But however, there's nothing I could do about it right now. So I was like, I might as well live here in this nice neighborhood of Stone Oak. I've never lived in Stone Oak. I've lived all over the place. Northwest side over there by SeaWorld, I lived. Universal City, Live Oak. I've been everywhere, Cibolo. And it's inconvenient, but I've been seeing a lot of places. Right now I live in Stone Oak. It's a big neighborhood. It's not a town, but it's like a super neighborhood. And I don't even have to leave Stone Oak to bring you two different stories tonight. One is going to be even more gruesome than the first, just to let you know. I'm going to cover them real quick and you might be a little bit squeamish. So check this out on the first story. Police searching for alleged Stone Oak club shooter and one hospitalized. This story is pretty bad. The story after is going to be much worse. And although these two shootings, these separate shootings, see, I thought it was the same shooting because I think it happened on the same day. No, but they're actually totally or either the same day or pretty dang close. And I thought it was the same event. No, it's two different events, two different shootings in Stone Oak. That's what I'm told. All right, and this one, before we cover them real quick, I just want to say that yeah, they're different type of stories, but they also have a lot in common. A lot in common. All right, and before we press on, and it might hurt people's feelings, I want to say that both these men are simps. All right, and we'll talk about it a lot later. Simps, and it's no excuse for simps. All right, but a lot of people mess around with simps. Police searching for alleged Stone Oak Club shooter, one hospitalized. What is this story? Well, one person was injured in a shooting at a far north side nightclub in San Antonio over the weekend. A viral TikTok captured the chaos outside the club early Sunday, April the 9th, I guess. That's when this took place. According to San Antonio police, the suspected gunman started a fight in a nightclub. In nightclub 42, I guess. I'm not familiar. After his girlfriend was dancing, I want you to hear this. his girlfriend was dancing with another man. All right. So somebody has some big problems, and I don't know who, but this guy's girlfriend was dancing with some other man. Bar management reportedly told all club patrons to leave the bar, which is when police said the suspect went to his car and he got the gat. He got the glizzy. All right. Got a firearm and shot the other man multiple times. A simp. And make no mistake, a simp is deadly dangerous. Right? They'll come shoot you several times. The gunshot victim had already been transported to a local hospital by the time police arrived to the nightclub just before 2 a.m. Officials said police did not give an update on the injured man's current condition, but did say that he was transported to the hospital in fair condition. A video posted to TikTok, blah, 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 was talking about all this and how many views it got. Apparently got a lot of views. All right, the video captures a group of women frantically trying to find their friends and leave the clubs. I think they might be talking about something else. I'm not sure if they're talking about something else, but I'm highly disturbed. All right, that's the first story, and it's a simp. All right, because you probably already caught it. I don't have to tell you. He came in a club, and his lady was dancing with some man. All right, we don't have a lot of time, but just real quick. People don't like Andrew Tate, and people are they just don't want to get with an Andrew Tate. But you would never have to worry about your lady dancing with some other man, okay? Your lady danced with some other man. And if you had like any sort of toxic masculinity, or if you knew how to be a man, right? Might I suggest you see her dancing with another man? Figure she's got a ride home somewhere, and go ahead, and if you have to go to your place and kick all her stuff out, her stuff shouldn't be in your residence. But if it is, you want to throw it out on the curb, well, it's going to have to happen, right? Like, because you're an adult. I want to stress that it's not worth it. And it's always simp behavior. He didn't shoot his girlfriend. He shot this guy several times, and hopefully that guy lives to tell about it. But a dang dirty simp. You already know that they're not going to stay together anyways. Him shooting this guy is not going to be conducive to them staying together. All right. So even more gruesome story real quick before we get up out of here. All right. Are you ready? Because I said it's gruesome. All right. And this is in Stone Oak as well, from what I understand. And some of these articles are worded a little bit different, but I'm understanding both these stories coming out of Stone Oak, and they're both coming out like real recent. You don't even have to go a week back. You don't have to go outside the neighborhood. And this one's even more odd and not good. But a lot in common, as we're going to discuss. Man arrested for shooting a woman, rather, 2 children on the north side. Child dies from injuries, the police say. Wow. I wonder why he did that. All right. SAPD Stephen Michael Clare, 50, charged with capital murder. Aggravated assault and a deadly weapon. All right. So it says a man was arrested after San Antonio police say that he shot a woman and 2 children, killing one of them. So one of them survived at the home on the north side. And they keep changing, but I'm pretty sure this is in Stone Oak, which is on the north side. Stephen Michael Clare, 50, was charged with capital murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to SAPD and the records with the Bexar County Jail. A report from the SAPD states that Claire and a 28-year-old woman, Claire is 50, she's 28, were arguing inside a house in 500 block of Robin Hood Place, which I'm understanding is in Stone Oak, all right? And that's on Monday evening when he shot her and their 2 young children. And I've read in other articles that there was actually two more children. There was like four children. And hopefully they'll bring that up here. Officers responded around 7 p.m. and found the woman on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound to her neck and her lower torso. SAPD Chief William McManus said at the scene. The victims were taken to a local hospital for surgery, and one of the children, an 11-month-old girl, all right, an 11-month-year-old girl was pronounced dead at a later time. The Bexar County medical examiner confirmed, and the child's name has not been released. The conditions of the woman and the other child are unclear at this time, and Claire's criminal charges could be upgraded depending on the condition of the further shooting victims. Two boys, as I read somewhere else, two boys ages 8 and 11 were able to escape the home. McManus said the two boys who escaped seemed to be in good shape. Police said Claire fled the location to his registered residence, and he was taken into custody at his home on the 1500 block of Haskin Drive, about a mile away, because they done broke up. It's heartbreaking to see a family like this destroyed, and it's infuriating. The police chief finds it infuriating. All right. On Monday night, McManus said that he was unsure if the family had domestic violence calls before this or if that's just gotten to the scene. Records show that there are a number of civil cases involving the family and including a divorce petition and a paternity suit. See, a lot of them are wording it a lot different, and I've seen in other articles what that means is, according to the other articles that were talking about those two young children who got shot, they were up for questioning as far as to the paternity of them, and also they're like all up in a divorce, a heated divorce. All right, so he comes in and he's, some people freak out. And this guy was a simp. He was believing in stuff that does not even exist, all right? We're going to talk about it more later, but he was hoping for the Disneyland thing. It's not Disneyland. It's a Disney movie. Oh, it's going to be romantic. Y'all going to be equal partners. This is so dumb. And you can tell when guys are simps and stuff because when something like this happens, they might be able to, if you had an Andrew Tate mindset, or I guess my kind of mindset. I mean, the thing is, I don't have no money. Andrew Tate has a lot of money. What you would do is you would never accept someone else's children, and you'd get it like DNA tested, and you'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to leave you and go to some other lady. And it's no reason to kill everybody. But in this situation, it's a simp. So in fact, that's usually what's going to happen. I think is they're going to kill everybody. They're both simps. They're believing in Disneyland fairy tales. All right? Real simply, a lot of people say it, and I got to say it just real briefly, might be confusing. Love comes from a man. Not to sound gay or anything, because the two men looking for love from each other are going to have a tough time. But love comes from a man and to a woman, right? See, you're talking about these Disneyland fairy tale movies, and you think love is something that two people have and they've connected, and it's just like, oh, it's like a super love. No, it's only one direction, and it's very confusing. The man gives love to the woman. The man provides a relationship to the woman. The man, does what he wants. And the woman likes it, all right? But in these certain situations, it seems like, and I don't know if it's true, but he had a lot of reason to believe that his two youngest children were fathered by, who knows, his co-worker, his good friend, and stuff like that. Who knows? Total disrespect. Two children in a row, and you're not sure and stuff. You're really, really not sure because your older children look like you, but your younger children just don't look like you. And I don't know, she might have been bragging too. See, that lady will push you to the limits. She might have been bragging like, "Oh yeah, you think if those kids are yours, they're not really yours and stuff." And it's all during divorce melee. You're a simp, and only a simp can really get themselves into this sort of situation. And simps can be deadly dangerous. All right, so we gotta get about it here. I'll just have you know that I did 15 sets of push-ups and I did 15 reps of 15. Just like I did yesterday, this time I timed it. And of course, you're doing 15 sets of 15 push ups. You're going to have to take rest periods. I was doing isometrics and this and that and stretching, power stretching between push up sessions. All right, so you're not going to do 15 sets right in a row without resting, of course. Doing it at a kind of leisurely pace and, kind of keeping up my pace, I was able to do those 15 sets of 15 I rounded up to about 28 minutes. About 28 minutes. And what I'm going to do personally, and just to see what it does, is do that amount of push ups every day. Every day. And see if I don't get faster at it. And if I do get faster at it, well, I'll just add more push-ups. All right, I don't, and I hate push-ups. But that's part of the challenge. And I appreciate everybody. I'll holla at you. Holla at me in the comment section if you would. It's April the 14th, 2020, 2023.